This is my first project, and as it is a tradition, I have to introduce myself. I was born in Minsk, Belarus. It is a beautiful and clean city. I began to study English at school, and the first year it was very difficult. I teetered on the age between Mark 3 and 4. But my grandfather somehow understood the importance of knowing foreign languages, and when I was 9th year pupil, he sponsored English language courses for me and my brother. I didn't like to study English and sometimes skipped the lessons. But nevertheless, while I was the worst student on the courses, I, without my notice, appeared the best pupil in my class. After school, I haven't studied English for the next 10 years. I was graduated from the university as a structural engineer. My work is the design of different types of buildings, such as residential houses, factories, shopping centers, and so on. In 2011, great financial crisis broke out in Belarus, and 2 years later, I moved to Moscow. That time I suddenly understood that knowing English can be very beneficial for getting a good job, especially if you want to increase your professional level and broaden your horizons by working abroad. I like my job, and I'm always interested in how my foreign colleagues work, how they solve the same problems, how they deal with everyday challenges. I want to learn their experience and enrich my own skill, seeing how different engineering schools approach to the same question. So I began to study English again. One day my wife told me, "Yosha, you already know English quite well. Why don't you send your resume to one of the Moscow foreign companies?" I said, "I don't know. Do I really know English? I even hardly understand the children's cartoons without subtitles." She said, "Just try." I began to search, sent my CV, and to my surprise, one of the big worldwide companies chose me. I worked there for 1 year, then they closed their office in Russia because of the crisis. But during the time, I learned a lot of professional vocabulary and greatly increased my language skills. Now I work as a structural engineer in one of the Russian companies. I live with my wife and my little son, whom I love dearly. When I was a child, I didn't have a full family. My father divorced with my mother when I was 7. He didn't pay child maintenance and has never participated in our life. Really, I didn't feel regretted because nobody slapped me if I misbehaved. But when I saw full families, I felt some envy, and I dreamed that one day I will be a father and my children will not suffer because of my absence. I didn't really know what exactly father should do, what is his role, behavior, relations with other family members, but I watched films and read books where we shown good families, and from those fictional sources I created my own image, what a father is, what he should be. So now I am a father, and I attempt to be a good and fair one. I love my family very much, and I'm very happy with them. Every time I come home in a sad mood, I can't help smiling when I see them. 4 months ago, I came to the Toastmasters for the first time. I have always felt embarrassed when I need to speak to a stranger or perform a public speech. My thoughts ran out of my mind, I felt shy, began to stutter, and felt very nervous. But because of my work, I have to participate in different meetings and convey my point of view to different people. So I decided to solve this problem once and for all. I entered the internet and found this club, and I hope it will help to achieve my goals.